Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot by Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm a blue dot in a red state utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. So, as I was recording, there was a New York Times breaking news story that came through that I felt like I needed to do a reading on. And so I'm sitting here going, I now know how Rachel Maddow felt whenever, she would have her entire show planned and then just like have to throw it all out because of breaking news. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like, I got a whole bunch of other readings planned. And so, what this is it just came through from New York Times. Hegseth is said to summon top U.S. military leaders from around the world to Virginia. He has summoned scores of generals and admirals from around the world to meet on short notice next week at a Marine Corps base in Virginia, but did not discuss the reason why. And they said that this is unusual. Usually, 4 U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss confidential meetings confirmed that the gathering was scheduled for next week, probably September 30th. There are about 800 general level officers in the armed forces, including 44 at the most senior 4-star level. It was not immediately clear how many of them would be ordered to the gathering. Okay. And in May, he ordered a 20% reduction in 4-star officers, continuing the broad job reductions and firings that have happened. And so he's already fired more than a dozen military leaders, many of them people of color and women. Goes on through that. I will put this as a gift article for you guys in the comments or in the description. And then I'm kind of coming down here. The summons comes as Mr. Hegseth has just cemented restrictions on how the military and Pentagon officials can engage directly with the public. In a memo last week that he now has to have, many events now have to have written approval from the Pentagon's press office. And so we've read about that. And then also top aides are also putting finishing touches on a draft of a new national defense strategy for the Pentagon. A document yet to be released is reported to place Homeland Security and the defense of the Western Hemisphere at the top of the priorities of what Trump is now calling the Department of War. So he wants to put Homeland Security into the Department of War, possibly. The document. So what I want to do is I want to do a base reading into what can we expect from this meeting? What does that look like? The energy surrounding that. So yeah. Does it include Homeland, or does it include other wars? I mean, there's a lot of questions that I have with that. So as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. I want to look into that meeting where they've been summoned to attend. What do we need to know about this meeting? What do we need to know about this meeting? Okay, entertainment purposes only. A burden. This is the heart and center of this. This is the burden card. Okay. And the challenge to this is, what are we going to do? This is also a card of surprises. It's a card of possibilities. It's a card of illusions, delusions, okay, and lies. In this administration, we are always going to read the cards in the lower energy. And so what lies are they going to tell to justify? Like, something has become a burden, and whatever has become a burden, they're lying about it. Okay. With what's coming in, Bully Wand, new messaging. It's like a new directive coming in, but it's based on lies. The Foundation, how we're spending our money, things that we value. That's going to be the foundation of this. And Aces. So this is like a new directive, a new, like, what is our message? Who are we in the world? How is it that what do we stand for, and that it's new. So that's giving me like, oh, what this new message, like we're supposed to stand for democracy. Is that going to be, something different? Agreements that have been made, that they've come to some kind of arrangement. But once again, the challenge is the lies that they're telling. And King of Pentacles. I wonder. These are the oligarchs. I kind of almost get this like J.D. Vance. And that he's being propped up by the oligarchs, by Peter Thiel. So this new messaging, let's see, who is this King of Pentacles? Someone who's been waiting and is now taking, like, this is the phoenix rising out of the ashes, the reinventing oneself. And boy, if that's not J.D. Vance, how many times has he reinvented himself? The failed drag queen there. Little Smoky is what the I've Had It women podcasters call him. And the sun, like, this is the message that I'm getting is very dystopian, nightmarish. It's like we have been quiet too long. We are now the phoenix rising out of the ashes. We are now this great nation with all of this might. And how are we going to use this in the world? And it's for our, like, the sun comes out and shines, and it's like the military might of the United States is going to be felt by all. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting with this. I don't know that, hopefully it doesn't come across quite that like strong, but that's the feeling I'm getting of, this re-envisioning of what the U.S. military stands for and how they're being used. What they stand for and how they're being used. What's our and this was our foundation of values, and then the messaging. So let me get more on those cards here. Foundation of, who we are, our values, and how that's being messaged. What do we need to know about what comes out of this meeting? Let me ask it this way. Sorry. What does this mean for the American people? Let me ask it that way. What does this mean for the American people? Like, is this something we need to be really concerned about? Okay, and I want both of these cards to be kind of the foundation there. Rash decisions. This is like literally racing off into battle, quickly going forward. Those hasty actions, and then not, oh my God. Those of you who have been with me for a while, that this card, and then we're talking about our military, with both of these cards together in our military, it's the ineptness and the incompetence that's going to save us. That's what I'm feeling with this. Oh my God almighty. It's like this, the heart and center of this is like that rash action, but this is a card of someone you don't want to go into battle with. You do not want to go into battle with Pete Hegseth there at the helm. So whatever it is, and whenever I get these cards, I've been getting this with the like the legal mistakes that they're making, and that the lower courts will slow this down until it gets to the Supreme Court. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. So whatever rash action they're taking, I don't feel like it's like, the challenge is they don't know what they're doing, and their incompetence is what's going to save us. Jesus. But he's trying to prop himself up as, I'm sorry, I just have to laugh because he's like propping him like, I am the leader. And it's like, you're a damn toy soldier that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. That's what you are. Okay. And then the foundation, he's going to claim victory. And this is, I'm really feeling with this is like false victory. This is a false victory. Because remember, lower energy, anything with this administration. And a lot of that Page of Swords is, not knowing what he's doing, trying to pretend like he knows what he's doing, trying to be the strong man, but yet it falls apart. This is like giving me that, like there's a new sheriff in town vibes. Like he's all that in a bag of chips. And I was like, you are not all that at all, like at all. And the Hanged Man, wait, I don't think, what is this? Because like whatever he announces, I don't see that actually happening. At least not in the way that they think it's going to happen. I mean, everything they do just like fumbles and falls apart. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing with this. So what is this Hanged Man? It ends. This comes to an ending because the moon card, is like deception, lies and deception, and things being blocked. And notice that, and I've read these before, the coloring in all of these are very similar. What else here? That person that's backing him up, and this is what they want. It's like obviously he's taking his orders from somebody else. I don't think that somebody else is Donald Trump. That's what that is. And all in the name of our country. Is this going to affect... Is this a down, whatever they're doing, is this going to affect the No Kings protest on October 18th? We are still having those protests. There's worry and stress around them. I mean, I'm going to be real honest. And overcoming, putting ourselves in a position to where we're protesting, and that this is giving me the feeling of, yes, we are protesting, peaceful protesting, and yet having to overcome all the stuff that's coming at us. However, in this card, in this Seven of Wands, it's the messaging, it's the words. It's not like they're going to try to use intimidation tactics, but they're just intimidation tactics. They're not actually going to do anything. Okay, so we're worried that they are, but this is us defending ourselves and being able to and also if you look at this, they're coming at them, but they're not actually touching this person here. So yeah, I think that we're going to be, I think that we're worried, but we have a legal right to do what we're doing. These are our rights. This is, our constitutional rights, something of value being offered. And the devil, the toxicity, we are keeping us from what we want, and that's what we're protesting. I'm also feeling like with this, the sword of justice and breaking through these chains that bind us, that keep us from, being the country that we want to be. This, we're on this track of fascism. We're wanting to use all legal means that we have at our disposal to stand up for our rights. Okay, and that we are going to be able to do that. There is a lot of worry and stress with whatever comes out of this meeting, and that we are able to overcome. We, the people, have ourselves on higher ground because we have the law on our side. Okay, that's what's coming up here, and that they'll be using intimidation tactics. And I kind of wanted to just get right into that question with the No Kings protest, because is going to give us an indication of what this message is. I kind of wonder if this isn't going to be more of a crackdown on the cities. I'm going to ask that here real quick. Is this going to be military going into the cities? Up until this point, I haven't gotten that they, I get there's this gear up to do it, and then it doesn't happen. This thing with Pete Hegseth is feeling like it could be a turning, honestly, the Charlie Kirk assassination, and then wanting so desperately to try to pin this on this imaginary left-wing George Soros, whatever. And I'm doing that reading also. That was actually on my list, and so I'll be doing that. And it's just they're trying to create a narrative that just isn't true. And not only that, but you've got different factions of MAGA that are completely seeing through it and saying it's a lie. Like everything this administration is doing, I don't want to say everything. There are different factions that are picking up on different things, saying this is a lie. So, so you've got different ones waking up to different things. So at some point they are going to realize that they have been lied to. But until then, we still have to deal with all of this. So let's see. With this, is this going to involve putting military into our cities? Is this going to be the military in our cities? Not a violation of our Constitution there at all. Military in our cities. Is this what this is going to be about? Okay, and with that, offering something of value, but once again, pages, it's a message about, what they're going to do. And the challenge is it's our worst nightmare. Having to defend ourselves, having to overcome, but things that are blocked. And the magician, like it's all based on lies and this fiery energy. I think this is the pushback. This is going to be the pushback against whatever it is that they try to do. I do think it's going to have something to do with the let me just ask, yes or no, militarization of our cities. Trying to be the strong arm here, and I don't think so. Okay, this isn't really saying it is. This is more like, what do we value? And pushing the MAGA agenda, which is all based in lies. That's what that is. So, but the people are pushing back. Will the people overcome? Whatever this shit is that they're trying to push now. Will this person, I'm assuming this is the American people, will we overcome? Waiting to see what happens, the sword of truth that comes out, and the messaging that we're waiting. Is this for, and I was asking for the American people, and I think really the American people are like, no, we are not doing this. So whatever comes out from this meeting, I feel like that, what was this Nine of Swords, this is what I feel like is leading up to it. I also feel like this is kind of the immediate thereafter of like, what did he just say? What? That's what I'm feeling with that. But that the American people position themselves to overcome, and this is a fiery message. This is a messaging. I feel like this could be the leader standing up saying, we're not doing this. And I feel like whatever this is, they're doing it in the name of MAGA. Okay, that's what this is. What MAGA values, and the reason I say MAGA is because this card here, the Six of Cups, is usually my MAGA card. Return to happier times, return to something in the past. These are actually a happy memories card, but nothing MAGA. They want to return to a United States that never was, or one that was just white. And then the damn lies that they're telling in order to do this. So it's the lies that are kind of, it's the, blocking it. It's the lies that are blocking this. And then this is the Hanged Man here of they can't, there's the messaging and then it gets blocked because of the lies. And that the courts will slow them down. But I always get, like, the courts may slow them down, but it's going to be the people that have a say in this. Is like, no, we're not going to be ruled by some little wannabe dictator. And I'll be damned, we are not going to lose our country to that lot. So anyway, where am I at on time here? Make sure. Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, I think that what's going to happen here is that it's going to be the Department of War, and that there's going to be new directives. Some of that is going to be around how they're going to be used in the United States in homeland security. And I get the feeling like changing what homeland security means and trying to use that to go into the cities, but I didn't get a real strong, like they say it, but then it doesn't necessarily happen. It doesn't get fully implemented. There's like, so what I'm saying is whatever happens, whatever they say, we're all going to take a breath. And that meeting is happening on Tuesday. I was wanting to do my energy reading, October energy reading. I have every intention of having that October energy reading coming out on the 1st and the 2nd. Let me see how things go. I may have to push that out just a touch. Just because I want to kind of see how I want to see how September ends before, going on into October. So anyway, it's going to be fine. It's like, I get that initial, like, oh my God, what the hell did he just say? But then what actually happens is not, like, they can't implement it because they get stopped. That's what I'm trying to say. So big breath. It's all we're gonna be fine. Actually, I think this country is gonna be fine. And I honestly, I think it is gonna get a little scary, but we have a lot going for us here in this country. So just hang in there, do the best you can. Self-care, lots of self-care, peaceful protesting, all of that great stuff, standing up for our rights and our Constitution. So thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'll put another reading up here for you to check out. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it as I'm growing this channel. And yeah, I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.